Once upon a time, in a lush African rainforest, there was a majestic village ruled by the wise and respected Igwe Obinna. The village thrived under his guidance, with fertile lands and harmonious people. Each year, they celebrated the harvest festival with vibrant colors, music, and dances, expressing their gratitude for the bountiful harvest and the blessings of the gods. This particular year, the festival was even more special because of Igwe's beloved daughter, Princess Amara. Beautiful, kind, and strong-willed, Amara was the heart of the celebration. As the festival unfolded, the village square buzzed with excitement. Stalls overflowed with fruits, vegetables, and handmade crafts. Children ran around playing games while adults danced to the rhythm of traditional drums. Igwe Obinna stood on a raised platform, watching the festivities with pride. He wore a regal robe adorned with intricate patterns, and his presence commanded respect and admiration. Amara moved through the crowd, her smile radiant as she greeted villagers and partook in the dances. Her laughter was infectious, and she embodied the spirit of the festival. She wore a dress made of brightly colored fabrics, and her hair was adorned with delicate beads that clicked softly as she moved. Everyone admired her for her grace and compassion. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, an elderly woman named Neka approached Igwe with a grave expression. Neka was the village elder, known for her wisdom and her ability to see visions of the future. She carried a small carved staff and wore a headscarf that marked her status as a seer. "Igwe, I need to speak with you urgently," Neka said, her voice low and serious. "It's about the prophecy." Igwe's smile faded, and he nodded solemnly. "Let us speak in private," he said, leading Neka to a secluded hut at the edge of the square. The hut was simple but held an air of importance, its walls lined with ancient scrolls and artifacts. Once inside, Neka and Igwe sat across from each other. Neka's face was grave, her eyes reflecting the weight of her vision. "In my vision, I saw a dark shadow looming over our village," she began. "Only a union between Princess Amara and the Leopard King can save us." Igwe's brow furrowed in concern. "The Leopard King? But he's a myth, a legend passed down through generations. How can we place our hope in something that may not exist?" "Sometimes, myths hold the truth," Neka replied softly. "We must find him, Igwe, for the sake of our people." Igwe sighed deeply, torn between his duty as a leader and his love for his daughter. "I will consult the ancient scrolls in the royal library," he said finally. "Perhaps they will guide us." As they spoke, Amara, who had been nearby, overheard their conversation. She felt a strange, inexplicable pull toward the forest. That night, while the village slept, Amara made a decision. She would venture into the deep woods, determined to find the Leopard King and save her village. The forest, teeming with life, seemed to welcome her as she stepped into its depths. Tall trees with thick canopies loomed overhead, their leaves rustling softly in the breeze. The air was filled with the sounds of nocturnal creatures, and the moonlight filtered through the foliage, casting an ethereal glow on the path ahead. Amara followed her instincts, feeling as if an unseen force was guiding her steps. After hours of walking, she came upon a clearing. There, standing majestically in the moonlight, was a magnificent leopard with piercing blue eyes. Amara's breath caught in her throat as the leopard stared at her, its gaze intense and knowing. To her astonishment, the leopard began to transform. Its sleek body shifted and morphed, becoming taller and more human-like until a handsome man stood before her. "I am Akin, the Leopard King," he said with a gentle smile. His voice was deep and melodic, carrying a sense of ancient wisdom. "I've watched over your village for centuries." Amara was awestruck. She had heard stories of the Leopard King, but to see him in person was beyond her wildest dreams. "Akin, our village is in grave danger," she explained, her voice filled with urgency. "A dark sorcerer named Is threatens our home. We need your help." Akin nodded, his expression serious. "Isa's dark magic is powerful, but together we can stop him. I have been preparing for this moment." Over the next few days, Amara and Akin explored the forest together. Akin taught her to harness her own latent powers, revealing that she had a deep connection to the forest and its magic. They ventured to sacred groves where the trees seemed to whisper ancient secrets and encountered creatures that only existed in myths. Amara's confidence grew as she learned to channel the forest energy, her bond with Akin strengthening with each passing day. Back in the village, Igwe and the council prepared for the inevitable battle against Is. They fortified the village, building protective barriers and training the warriors. The tension in the air was palpable, and the villagers worked tirelessly, knowing that the future of their home depended on their strength and unity. Amara and Akin returned to the village with a plan to confront Is in his lair, a forbidden cave deep within the forest. Igwe, though worried for his daughter's safety, trusted in her newfound powers and the wisdom of the Leopard King. The night before the battle, the village was quiet. Amara and Akin gathered with a small group of warriors, preparing for the perilous journey ahead. The moon hung high in the sky, casting a silver light over the forest. The air was cool and crisp, filled with the scent of earth and leaves. "We must be careful," Amara said, her voice steady but tinged with apprehension. "Isa's lair is filled with traps and dark magic." Akin placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We will face whatever comes together," he said firmly. "Our bond makes us stronger." As they ventured deeper into the forest, the terrain grew more treacherous. They navigated through dense underbrush and crossed turbulent streams, their path illuminated only by the faint glow of the moon. The air seemed to thicken with dark magic as they approached Isa's lair, a cavernous opening shrouded in shadows. Standing at the entrance, Is greeted them with a menacing laugh. "You think you can defeat me? Foolish mortals," he sneered, his eyes glowing with dark energy. A fierce battle ensued. Isa's dark magic seemed overwhelming, his spells casting shadows that twisted and writhed.